Hello everyone, I'm Goonie, and today I'm going to be showing you how I clean Iceberg's enclosure. First thing I do is that I remove every single cave and remove Iceberg and place him at the little blue bin. Removing the caves one by one. And then I proceed to take Iceberg. Then I'll proceed to take everything else out, including the rug. Then I'll fill this almost halfway with water. Or I just get the rug wet so I could start it off. Now I got the rug all wet. Now I just move this out of the way for now. And then I proceed to clean the caves and other stuff in his enclosure. Then I'll proceed to wet all of the stuff in the enclosure. Then I jump back to my enclosure, grab paper towel, spray it a couple times with glass wash. Then I proceed to rub it all around the enclosure. Now that I have finished rubbing out the glass, including the floor, I'll focus on the stuff that was in the enclosure. And then I'll rub it again for good measure on the glass. Then I use this soap. They don't please too much because it is pretty hard to get off. So the less we put on, the easier it is to get it out. just a little bit more. Not too much. Then you rub it around some more. Then I proceed with the caves, inside and outside. Gets rubbed with the soap. Then we proceed with the big cave that already has soap on it. Then you start rubbing it all around till all of the stuff that's in the enclosure is nice and covered. I love using these kinds of caves for leopard geckos, mostly because these ones are pretty smooth, which means there's way less chances of it hurting itself when it's trying to shed. But even then, you could still use other caves as long as it doesn't have pointy ends. Okay. Okay, I finished with the stuff. And now I use a sponge using the soap from some of these. And now I just rub the rug. Especially the edges. Both sides. Till it's nice and covered, you then use a sponge to second brush the accessories again. There's no bacteria that could be potentially bad for your leopard geckos. Now, you start rubbing the soap around on the accessories again. Then after you finish, you'll soak it up with nice and hot water to remove the remaining bacteria. Now I'll start with the rug, wash it with nice and hot water. Nice and hot water so you can get rid of the bacteria that could possibly be lurking in the rug. Let's remove this so the water can flow. Now let's continue. And now we move on to the other stuff in the enclosure. And then what I like to do is let the stuff dry in the sink, including the rug. Then I place a temporary rug setup with paper towel and the previous rug we used for his previous enclosure, which I might also use as like a hill-like area, where if he wants to step up higher, he could do that. But then I'll have to ask for permission and find what kind of way I would like to set it up. And here's Iceberg. He's been waiting. And just because I have enough time, I am giving Iceberg a little bath real quick. So he will be fresh, and the cage waiting for him would be fresh.